and then capture it. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see if I can resize it in the game itself. Hopefully it actually has resolution options. I don't know how much this game has in the way in the options, but... Oh, also, thanks for stopping by, Isabel. I'm glad you actually came around to just check out the surprise. And you have yourself a good night. Anyway, I actually don't know what they did for the PC port. If it has any resolution options, frame rate options, anything like that. It probably doesn't. So I probably just have to resize it manually. Alright. Did they change the music? Oh, alright, let me, this is gonna... Oh, it is. So you have to watch the intro like this, so I may as well just make that full screen for now. Yeah, this isn't the iconic song. This is a different song for some reason. I think this is the same singer, but you know, it just doesn't have the same kick as the original. I guess it makes sense, because I think they changed this intro in general. Yeah, because that's supposed to be, you can choose a boy or girl protagonist. It's like Pokemon now. Yeah, I can't help but remember, we never really played that one girl at all. I know there were like ways you do hangouts, but I don't think we ever found a way to hang out with her. I forgot her name because we never really did anything with her. It was the one you got at the very end of the game. All right, very cool. Press any button. Since it doesn't like the menus, I just want to get to the game as soon as possible, and hopefully then we won't have any issue. Let's do English. That way we don't have to talk. Let's see if the stables out now.
The story is a work of fiction.
Yes, I know.
Similarities between characters or events to persons living or dead in your world are purely coincidental. Only those who have agreed to the above have the privilege of partaking in this game. The contract has been sealed. The world is not as it should be. It's filled with distortion, and ruin can no longer be avoided. Those who oppose fate and desire change. From time to time, they were referred to as tricksters. You are the trickster. Now is the time to rise against the abyss of distortion.
Alright, well, so far so good. It seems to have stabilized at this point. I don't know what it is about menus that this does not like whatsoever. No, I might like this. Probably some other setting I have that I have to mess with, and then everything will run smoothly. Like there's just one setting OBS mess up absolutely everything at random. Anyway, this seems to be working good for now. I don't know if there's another part later that's gonna have an issue.
There's someone here.
Like, I'm not actually sure what the system data part refers to. Now, just to confirm, for those of you watching right now, how is it on your end? Is it all smooth or is it causing issues again?
Good. Now get running.
Oh, let's automatically start out in with this scene. What's funny now is I actually know who everyone is,
This is our only chance.
which I guess makes sense.
Stay calm. You can get away now. We'll retrieve the briefcase on our end.
Well, that made sense.
What was that?
Oh, it's an auto setting? How's that work?
Don't worry about us. Just concentrate on getting away.
Oh, I guess we just leave it on that. Was that an option in the other one?
Showing yourself above that crowd earlier was an excellent move. Nice work as always, Joker.
Whoa.
Just run, get out of there. Okay, the enemy's focus is on him. Everyone remember where we're meeting up? No worries, I can...
Stop right there.
Oh, yep, and they turn absolute weirdos.
Take him down, Joker.
Oh, that probably refers to when it's auto-saving? That whole system data part that Delayed mentioned? Maybe. I don't know when this game auto-saves. I guess we'll find out then. I do wish I had this with the controller, because I feel like that'd be a little bit easier for me.
Comparing power levels.
I don't think Smash very all that matters much at all. Oh wow, I'm actually stunned.
Everyone else, head to positions. Use
What do they have the cursor in this scene for? That doesn't really do anything, does it? Oh no, I can select that manually.
Not that.
Right? Yeah, I guess so. Interesting. In case you weren't really sure of where your button layouts were, I guess.
Sona. You're mine.
pull out before their backup gets here.
So far, so good. It does show that there's a little bit more
You defeated them with ease.
lag at one point, but I'm guessing it wasn't very much.
Be careful.
I hit it like the spacebar there, like I thought I was gonna do something. Like some of those quick time events. Not in this game.
You should be able to get out that way. Hurry!
Dude, can you even hear us?
Don't worry, I'm picking up everyone's voices. Just go, Joker! Wait a sec. What the? I'm getting a weird reading heading your way. Come on, run!
What I probably could do, because in all honesty, it doesn't really matter for this game having this running at anything higher than 60 frames per second. Like, this is set to 120 per the game settings, but it doesn't actually benefit me too much because it's not one of those games that, like, it's a first-person shooter or driving or anything to that effect.
No problems on mine.
So if worse comes to worse, I could always just turn that down for something like this.
I can't confirm the intruder's location.
Huh? What?
Oh, sorry, you get a little tutorial about how to hide from people. Oh, I guess I could be reading those lines if I want to do it old school, but it doesn't really matter now, does it? Nothing they say in this scene is that important. How do I get out of this? Oh, there we go. Obviously, that's new to me. On a keyboard and mouse. Actually, they kind of talk about it a little bit here, but they don't really go through it in a tutorial form. It's more in the actual first dungeon you get to that they do it.
All right.
All this stuff is actual. They are all actual game mechanics they use later in the game, but they don't really go through what it all means at this point.
It's an enemy right near you.
Ambush!
Even you can't take on this many.
Wow!
Huh?
How dare you?
Joker, that weird reading from earlier
Don't
is
underestimate
closing in
me.
on you too.
Wait, is this something
I'll end
new?
this right now.
Oh, it is. Interesting.
It's her! She's the weird reading I've been getting!
Well, thanks for the help, I guess. Well, that's a cool outfit. Oh, damn, nice gun.
My weak self relied on you so much. That ends today.
What? What was that supposed to mean?
Let's do this, senpai!
Huh. So I wonder what kind of character is going to be in the game itself.
That's...
It's been a while since we last fought side by side. But this time, it's my turn to come to your aid, senpai. Now let's win this!
Yeah, I was kind of curious how she's going to be factored into the whole story overall. Oh, God, I don't need to see these guys in their underwear. Good lord. Trying to see if I remember what anyone's weak to. Not really. Let's try this. She's just doing her own thing. And she's extremely powerful. Nice. Yeah, no negotiating at this point.
That's the landing!
Damn.
I think that's the last of them?
I genuinely have no clue what just happened, but I take it you're okay? Wait, bad news. Enemy backup's headed your way. You need to book it right now.
Please go. I'm going to make it harder for them to track you down. You still have something you need to do as a Phantom Thief, right?
That's right.
Then I won't stop you. Since I'm not a member of the Phantom Thieves, I'm in no position to interfere.
So she's not a member of the Phantom Thieves at all?
However, please don't forget the promise we made, okay?
So many questions.
You need to get
It is interesting that the story of this one's going to be somewhat different because of the way this character's involved now.
All right, let's do it.
What's weird though is the auto dialogue thing does turn itself off after each little scene you have. Kind of wonder why they just didn't make it consistent. Well, I see. It has a little bit of encoder lag during these cutscenes for some reason, which that I don't understand at all. Oh, it's just at the start of it. Maybe it's just from moving from the engine to the cutscene. Because it would make no sense for this to have it, because it's being played at a set frame rate, 'cause it's obviously animated.
Something wrong? The exit should be up ahead.
You're there.
That's just how it is. After that commotion, the bottom floor's completely closed off. Hey, can you make it?
Over there! There's nowhere to run!
She's our junior. I guess Reese. I forget, what, were we a senior in the school? I don't remember how the exact details of the story was. This is like the one time he talks in the game, if I remember correctly.
What a show off.
Other than his little lines in combat.
So reckless, you know that?
Let's go talk about this part, which is kind of a spoiler if you haven't played this before, but of course I have. But maybe this isn't actually going to play out the same way as it did in the original game anyway.
It can't be.
What happened?
An ambush? Joker, can you handle this?
Joker!
Oh no.
Capture him! Let's go!
But remember, when you get to this part in the actual game, like later on when you kind of catch up to real time, I remember being so confused about what exactly was happening with Joker and what supposedly happened to Joker, and then later on you see him and it didn't play out exactly how it seemed to. I had to like watch that back 2 or 3 times before I fully understood what the hell had happened.
Still struggling. Suspect secure.
Didn't expect to find some kid. You have your teammate to thank for this.
What is this again?
You were sold out.
This is just like a generic dude. There's just one of the investigators you see later. I actually never see his face in the scene anyway.
Guess the drug was too strong.
You're gonna be seeing a lot of this place.
Wake him up. No dozing off.
How rude.
You still don't get it, do you? Give it up.
Yeah, they have some of these unrestricted interrogation techniques they're allowed to use here.
Shot.
Well, maybe they're not technically allowed, but they employ them anyway.
What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
Of course not.
So you're not that dumb. Which is good. Because we get to take as much time as we need. Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works.
Oh yeah, I forget how they
That all those crimes were led by a punk like
try to
this.
charge with manslaughter because of something else
You
that
seem
happened.
to be enjoying every second of it. Huh?
I remember now when I was first watching this, how many different questions I had. Like, okay, this is playing automatically. That's cool. So I don't have to say anything. I remember thinking about what exactly did our character do? What were we involved in? So many questions you get when you first play this. It's such an interesting intro. I like the way they did this. A lot of times I don't like when they have things that kind of take place out of chronological order. But this I actually did enjoy. I think they did it the correct way. Well, even though I played this before, let's go with normal. Sure. I'm not gonna brag and say just because I played this once I'm good at it.
Should know your place.
I know eventually we see the sister of
Sign here.
Makoto. I forget what her
It's a
name is.
confession under your name.
We'll just do this for now. I don't think it matters.
I see.
I think they make us do it
I need
either
your
way,
hand to
don't they?
Sign this, bud. I don't care if you end up losing a leg.
Wow, the way his eyes are bulging out, it's creepy. Guess he's really excited about all this.
Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their
I
actions.
don't remember what happens with these guys. The other guy I was thinking of, I think he's an old man. The special director of the, police force here. Should we do the same thing we did last time? I can't actually type? What is this? Oh, there we go. I do love when you play a game on PC, just type things out rather than having to take forever on the freaking in-game keyboards. Yeah, we'll go with it again. Why not? There she is.
Excuse me, but this area is off.
I'm Nijima from the public prosecutor's office.
I was completely wrong. Now it does save the
Prosecutor's
auto
office. What business do you have
text scroll thing.
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
here? Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides,
Are you Prosecutor Sai Nijima? I just got off the phone with your director.
You know what I was gonna say before that,
Frank,
I kind of forgot about? So I did try to change the resolution settings, but for whatever reason, it doesn't actually adjust, I don't think.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
Yeah, there he is,
I'm
SIU
responsible
director.
for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an
That's what I'm thinking of.
interrogation.
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
I don't know, Special Investigations Unit?
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much though.
Isn't that a Law and Order TV show?
Prosecutor.
Oh, that's
I
a
forgot
Special
to mention
Victims Unit,
something
never mind.
important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you
Slight
to talk to them
difference.
for long. It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown, after all. We don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
But anyway, at some point I have to see if I can actually
I
somehow get the
understand.
resolution to change. It might require you to actually get out of the game and then go back into it. I guess I'll try that at some point. At the time, I didn't really worry about it too much because we had the whole
didn't
issue with
expect
trying
it
to
be you.
get through the menu
You'll
so you
be
actually play the
answering my
game.
questions this time.
Because I'm in the menu, the game wants to freak out, or at least OBS does.
Bastards. Can you hear me? It seems you've been through a lot. Almost anything can happen here. And I can't stop them. That's why I need you to answer me honestly. I don't have much time either. What was your objective? Why did you cause such a major incident? I didn't think it was a prank from the get-go, but I couldn't assemble a case for prosecution. It's because I couldn't figure out the method behind it.
Well, of course you couldn't. It was magical. Sort of.
True. There's no way I could be convinced of such a world just by reading the reports. It seems you're coherent. When and where did you find out about that world? How is it
That
even
world.
possible to steal another's heart? Now, tell me your account of everything. Start from the very beginning.
From the beginning, huh? Oh, so we're going to see Howie Mandel again, aren't we? Blue butterfly.
You are held captive. A prisoner of
You know, I'm remembering more and more of the story as we kind of go through this. I'm like, oh yeah, that stuff is pretty cool. I like the twist they had with this
unjust game.
towards the end.
Your chances of winning are almost none. But if my voice is reaching you,
Speaking of it, reminds me that we,
be a possibility.
you know, never really finished Persona 4, did we? We never got very far in that at all, did we?
Please
Be
overcome
honest.
this game and save the world. The key to victory lies within the memories of your bonds, the truth that you and your friends grasped. It all began that day, when the game was started half a year ago.
It all started when we tried to date your sister, that's right.
Future, as well as your own. You must remember.
It led to just a few complications. I mean, technically it started before that. Because what, Makoto you meet on the second or third dungeon? I want to say. Oh, we got a chance to save now. Drops the chill song. Don't know how I feel about that. What? Oh, that's right. I remember this game started out on my birthday. I remember making note of that at the time, too. Because I think we actually were... Didn't the game also come out around the same time? Yeah. I was like, what the hell? I don't think he like knew what my birthday was for a second. I was just confused, like, oh, that's bizarre. Question is, do I get out now and try to reset the graphics? Let me see. Basically, Windows has a way of scaling the UI of, well, Windows itself, so things appear larger. Because a lot of times when you're using a high resolution monitor, like a 4K monitor, everything looks very tiny on it, like the icons, text. So you usually scale it to be like either 150% or 200% of its normal size. And some games don't play well with that, and apparently this is one of them. So that's what was causing the resolution to have some issues. Now it should be all better. Next, using the proper one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding with us today. We will be arriving in Shibuya shortly.
Yep, everything's smooth now, so I don't have to worry about that.
For this line.
I do remember that as well, Cerise, about Sai and Makoto not really getting along very well. And yeah, they had a lot of issues. Speaking of issues, here's where all our issues start. Damn it, drunk Howie Mandel. Why'd you ruin everything?
I'll sue!
What? Are you for real? A mental shutdown? It's the truth! To a person, though? That's gotta be a joke. You really love all that occult stuff, don't you?
Yeah, real funny. It won't be so funny when the whole town goes to shit. I hate when your phone's malfunctioning doesn't accept input. I really like this part. This is cool. The way everyone just freezes. Oh damn, you got a badass showing up. I forgot about he sees himself, but as his other self, so to say. That's cool. Delete. I like how you just recycle or delete a random supernatural icon that shows up on your phone screen. Oh yeah, now everything looks nice and smooth. That is beautiful. Look to the upper right corner of the screen to view various hints. Ah, that's right. I'll probably still be confused anyway. So how do we control this? Just like that? Let me see if we can get my controller to sync, because I do want to see if I can use this. Hey, Jiminy Cricket, how's it going? We're not in the game right now because I'm trying to see if we can pair this with a controller, but I don't think it's accepting my controller as an input. Easier walking around with the controller, I feel like. But it's not going to work right now, and it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's not really much to look around down here. Just go back up. You want them to hurry up and release Persona 6? We're kind of talking about that a little bit. And I was saying, at least as far as I know about Persona 7, oh, there's the doctor. That's cool that you see her now. I obviously don't remember that at all. Sojiro Sakura will be taking care of me. Ah, good old Sojiro. But the Persona games take forever to come out, don't they? So I think I was saying that it was the PS2 era when Persona 4 came out. And this came out 2016. As I think Cerise told me in the chat. So I think it was like a good 6 years at least, because I think it actually came out later in the PS2 life cycle. I think people were telling me it's actually like in 2008 or something like that. Oh, well, that's all very nice. I don't need to know the controls, so I'm probably going to get the controller anyway, so this is going to be useless information whenever I get that working. Played this game 3 or 2 times. I played this only once, and that was when it was new. It only took me like 3 or 4 years to actually beat it, though. It took me a long time. Persona 5 on mobile? Well, that'd be pretty cool. Is that actually real? Guess we'll just chat with the unfriendly officer. What was that? Need directions. Yeah, I kind of know where we're going. This is all very familiar at this point. I don't know about playing this on mobile, but it'd actually be nice playing this on Steam Deck. Right now I'm playing this on Xbox Game Pass for PC. And that seems to be working pretty fine right now. Oh, you know what? I don't have that set up correctly. Yet another thing that I have to get used to again. So I'm gonna guess maybe one of you subscribed just now. That didn't actually pop up for me because, you know what? Let me see if we can get this sorted out manually. I do appreciate whoever did that. And this now gives me the opportunity to actually go ahead and get that working. Oh, so the Game Pass actually works on mobile as well. I have seen that with some games. I haven't really tried that too much, though. That's good to know. But I'd actually be tempted to get this on the Steam Deck, because I know they have this on Steam as well. And I think I'd probably prefer playing it that way. What's kind of annoying about the Steam Deck is you can't really get Xbox Game Pass working out very well. There's some workarounds to do it, but it doesn't work very smoothly, in my opinion. So, let's see. Do I have a notification? Ah, yes. Let's see if we replay it. Thank you, Chocolate Barnes, for the subscription. I appreciate that. It's very cool of you. I'm just realizing now we still have the Danganronpa thing for the subscriptions and all that stuff. It's a bit out of date now, but I'll keep it. It was a good animation. All right, let's get back into the game now. Can I clear this first? I probably should. There we go. Jimmy Cricket says, I played this game with a friend a couple of years ago. We alternated the days. He and I would nonstop go to Big Bang Burgers so he could get our got max guts in like 4 months. I remember having to max out certain things because, well, I think it was for advancing certain characters' plot. You need to get it up, right? There's a lot I forgot about this game, but I believe that was the case. So there's certain times we had to completely just go to like one place to try to get something quickly done before a certain date, and it would lock you out of certain events. I might actually go and check out some of that in advance this time, especially now that spoilers isn't an issue, and figure out what we want to do for a character. Chocolate Barn says, you know what else runs well on the Steam Deck? Neo: The World Ends With You. I've heard of that one before. I might even have a copy of that game on Steam or something, I want to say. Because I think at one point intended to play that, but I never did. But I heard a lot of good things about it, I want to say. Do you think it'll be okay with the GPU, only the CPU? Oh, with like the, what is it called? The integrated graphics card? For this game, I would say probably. Especially if you're not going to play it on that high settings. If you have the 13900, which congratulations on getting, by the way. I went to the store to get mine just today and had to settle for the 13700, but I think it's going to be fine either way. I can't say for certain, because I've always had a dedicated graphics card, but I don't think this game would be very graphics intensive. If I'm wrong, I apologize though. But if you already have it, you may as well test it out, right? And then you can always get a GPU if it is more demanding than that, I suppose. So he's probably talking about the clinic. I kind of missed what he was saying, but this is a clinic right here. No, this is a theater. Oh, the clinic's down the other side of this road here. Or, yeah, that's it right there. Can I actually visit her now? Nope, they want me to go to the doctor. Or to Sojiro before I go to the doctor, or anyone else. Well, I guess we may as well do it. Who's over here, though? Oh, a little puppy. I remember how they had this little girl who couldn't actually speak too well. Then again, I probably shouldn't make fun of anyone for speaking poorly. I can barely speak half the time. Yeah, I would assume so. I haven't really played it too much on the PC. I mean, I just started playing it, well, it just came out like an hour ago my time. And some games just kind of like ported not the best way. But I feel like even if it's not ported the greatest, it probably should still run fine. Yeah, the nice thing is all these graphics cards are readily available at this point.
Looks like no one's home. Oh yeah, Sakura-san's usually at his cafe around this time. Well, it belongs in the back alley, so I should make my other deliveries first. Next, I need to take this package to...
Oh, hey, Jiminy Cricket. Thanks for stopping by the way. I hope you enjoy this game and have a good rest of the day or night, whatever time it may be for you. What's this, by the way? Oh, it's just saying to examine the end of the street. Okay. And yeah, I'm streaming this at, I think it's 1440p or 2K. I was using the stream to mess around a bit and test things out and see how everything was running. It actually runs pretty smoothly. I've streamed at 4K on YouTube actually quite frequently. I played Elden Ring at 4K the whole way through. The only problem with doing a 4K stream is that the delay on YouTube is incredible at that point. You're basically playing with a delay of about a minute at 4K. And it really just gets kind of hard for people to follow along. Before we go inside, let's see here. So I have the other cat outside here. Hello, Edmund Ling. Oh, and thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the game does look good. An interesting thing about this game, though, and if any of you else are trying to play this as well on the Windows, I noticed that you can't really change the resolution unless you change your computer's display settings to be 100% scaling. I had my scaling set to, I think it was about 150%, so everything was bigger on the screen, and actually wouldn't change the resolution of the game until I set that to 100. It might get patched out at some point. Maybe they'll fix that, but currently that's an issue, it seems to be. At least it was on my end.
Bus was driven down an opposing lane with its customers still in it. The citizens can't live in peace if this keeps up.
Oh, how frightening.
What could be going on? Didn't something similar happen just the other day?
And down is the name of a shellfish used in pearl farming.
Let me just cut them off for a second. Yeah, the 4090 I've been enjoying a lot so far. I guess I should say, first of all, I am kind of a PC hardware whore. I always end up getting like the most recent parts and usually high-end parts. So I might be a bit biased, but I've really enjoyed it a lot so far. There's been a lot said about how high of a PC, how high of a power usage it has, but it actually isn't that bad for the most part. Actually, when it's idle, it's very, very cool, and probably uses less power than the 3090 did. And for the most part, playing games, it's really not using that much power. Like right now, well, I mean, this game's not really that demanding in general, but I'm only pulling about 315 full system power at this moment. So it's actually very power efficient. The thing is, it can get very, very power hungry if the game's calling for it. But if you want to just like put a frame cap on things, you could run it pretty much for any game you want and keep things cooler if like that's an issue. Of course, heading to winter, it's not really a problem right now though. And for me, what I'm looking forward to the most, being that I like to stream, is the AV1 encoder that's on it. I usually don't get a chance to talk tech that much because most of the people that watch aren't really big into tech. So pardon me if I'm talking a lot about it right now. Please forgive me. But when they have AV1 encoding for either YouTube or Twitch, that's going to be huge. I can't wait for that. I tested out as a recording, and AV1 just works so smoothly. I didn't get any encoding lag at all. I'm just really excited for that overall. But anyway, let me get back to the game.
Oh, right. They did say that was today.
We'll be going now. The payment's on the table.
Thanks for coming.
This place is in the back alley, so there's no worries of a car crashing in here.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
There's been a string of those rampage accidents, you know. I just hope that none happen around here.
None of my concern.
Oh yeah, AV1 encoding is going to be great.
See you next time.
I mean, it already is great because it actually is a thing now on this, the 4000 series in whole. If you're going to get a 4000 series card, you can get a cheaper one and still going to have the AV1 encoding, which is going to be a good thing. I don't know if you're into streaming at all or that sort of thing, but it's definitely something you want to be aware of. I don't know if you're aware, if you are like looking into streaming or considering it. There's a guy called EposVox, and he does videos on that sort of thing. And from what he says, it's going to be really good. I messed around with it a little bit just as a recording, and it seemed to be really good. So if you are looking to get a graphics card in the near future, I would definitely consider 4000 series at some point, just for that fact alone. Let's go with this. I like the way. Please take care of me. I think we did this the first time around too, because it just sounds so silly.
I'm Sojiro Sakura. You'll be in my custody over the next year. I was wondering what kind of unruly kid would show up. But you're the one, huh? Have you been told? A customer of mine and your parents know each other, and, well, not that that matters.
By the way, what kind of streams are you planning to do? What kind of games, anyway?
This is your room.
Yeah, I would save up, and you'd get a lower end card, because, I mean, 4090 you only really need it if you're going to go all out, kind of like I do. If you're not going to play games at 4K 120 frames plus, then any other card that comes out later is going to be fine. It really will be. Let's not complain. It's big.
It's on you to clean up the rest.
I didn't say anything
I'll
about
be leaving
that.
after I lock up each day. You'll be alone at night, but don't do anything stupid. I'll throw you out if you cause any trouble. Now then, I got the gist of your situation. You protected some woman from a man forcing himself on her. He got injured, then sued you, right? That's what you get for sticking your nose in a matter between two adults.
How dare you try to help people?
And now that
You
you
feel
got a
terrible
criminal
about it.
record, you were expelled from your high school. The courts
Kind
ordered
of
you
is
to
true though, like they say, no good deed goes
which your
unpunished.
parents also approved.
And that holds true in this game.
In other words, they got rid of you for being a pain in the ass. It's best you not talk about anything unnecessary. I am in the restaurant business, you know. Behave yourself for the year. If nothing happens, your probation will be lifted.
Well, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure we won't get into any trouble in this game, will we? Minecraft, Elden Ring, some AAA games. Well, Minecraft and Elden Ring, those shouldn't be very demanding at all. Other AAA games, I guess it depends on what game it is, but again, even any AAA games won't be a real issue unless you're focused on doing like 4K and then high frame rate. Even if you're gonna do 4K, if you're gonna keep it to 60 frames, which if you're streaming, you can only stream at 60 frames either way. Yeah, you get like a 4080 or 4070 when it comes out, and that, yeah, the 4070 will be more than enough in itself, I'm sure. And the problem with the 4080 is it's really overpriced right now. They got rid of the cheaper 4080 they were gonna do, which was only 12 gigabytes, and they still have the 16 gigabyte one, but I don't think they're lowering the price, which is kind of a shame. Like, in my opinion, they really should be charging only maybe 900, 1K at most for that. But what, it's like priced at 1200? It's crazy. Everything's gotten so crazy. Nvidia, yeah, I agree. I've always gotten Nvidia cards, but I can't argue with that. They have gotten so greedy lately. It's crazy. Yeah, we're on probation, unfortunately.
Really now? It's the word that applies to you. Your sentence lasts until next spring, right? That's why you're gonna be here for the coming year. Cause any problems, and you'll be sent straight to juvie. We'll be going to Shujin tomorrow. Shujin Academy, the school you'll be attending.
Ah, yeah, I feel like you should probably know this
Introduce yourselves
stuff.
Properly to the staff there. There's
Playing
rarely
it
a
stupid at
place
this
that'll
point.
accept someone like you know? What a waste of my Sunday.
Yeah, I love how grumpy Sojiro is in the beginning, and then he just warms up to you during the course of the game. Good memories. I'll be living here starting today. Yeah, I better clean this place up. Actually, if I remember correctly, that's something you have to do during your free time for a bit. And eventually actually get all cleaned up. You always want to play Persona 5? It's a pretty good game. If you've never played it before, I would recommend it. It was one of my favorite RPGs of recent history. You know, it came out about 5 years ago now, but I would say it still holds up. Probably better than most other... I don't even know what RPGs are out at this point. Like, more recent ones. And I mean the more classic turn-based RPGs like this. I know there's a bunch of different games that are called RPG games now, but... they're not exactly the same type of game, are they? And now more than ever, you could play it because it's on Game Pass, it's on Steam, they have it on PlayStation. I think someone said it was on the Switch too. Yeah, Chocolate Barnes was the one that was on Switch. So, you have plenty of options to play it, even if you don't want to play it on PC. Yep, that's useless. Dumb people say not to, but Persona 5, because it's been out for a while. Oh yeah, that's... I mean, I guess there are people like that who insist on playing only the newest games and think anything that's like older than a year is pointless to play, but I would say that's very close-minded thinking. It's probably the fact that I'm old, but some of my favorite games are probably older than some of the people that say that. Let's say product of Columbia. What's cool now is you could read everything in detail with the high resolution.
What the heck? sorts of noise up here, but I didn't think you were cleaning.
Dead Island 2 2023?
Actually, the place doesn't look too bad.
I actually never played Dead Island 1.
You'd want to keep your room
I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what it's
Why don't you
about.
go to bed
Something about
for
zombies,
tonight?
right?
You don't have anything better to be doing, right? I'm going to close up shop and get out of here myself. I won't be the one looking out.
The first game was pretty old, wasn't it?
Staying up too late. Got that?
That was like a PS3 era game, I want to say. I remember hearing about it a long time ago. Do we have to go to bed right now? Can I look around downstairs? Nope, no option here. I'll clean up more tomorrow. Or some other day. Probably not tomorrow because I have to go to school. Arrest, trial, criminal record. All these things.
Damn brat! I'll sue!
Makes it hard to sleep at night. Yeah, I just can't let that go. Oh, we're going back in time. I ended up getting home late. I forgot that you actually go through this. What does it say? Since 1797. It's kind of got like a fuzzy effect to it. Something... New South Wales? Why does he have a shirt about New South Wales? I don't know. That's random. Well, shout out to anyone who's Australian, I guess. Or from New South Wales in particular.
How dare you, Cropper?
Oh, no, I think they did say that. Wasn't he like a, Oh, no, I might be thinking of Persona 4. The intro of that game where they say that his family was traveling. Or maybe it's the same for this one. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out.
No!
Don't give me that shit.
Looks like that drunk Howie Mandel is bothering that woman.
Please stop!
Probably shouldn't do that. I'm gonna get sued by Howie Mandel for trying to defame him by comparing him to this guy. I have to save her.
What a waste of time. You think you're worth causing me trouble? Huh?
I'll call the police!
Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be a repeated headache
Call
in this
them if
game.
you want. The police are my bitches. They're not gonna take you seriously.
I just love the way he puts that.
Stop!
As much as he's an asshole about everything else.
Someone called the cops, huh? Get in the car. Incompetent fools like you just need to shut your mouths and follow where I steer this country. What are you looking at? Get out of my face. This ain't a show. You're lost, kid. See? This is all because you're so damn slow. Get in the car.
I just love how much he talks to himself during that entire incident right there, whatever you want to call it. The assault. I guess he was drunk, but good lord. He just keeps going on and on about, oh, people need to shut up while I steer this country. It's like, you don't need to be talking about all this out loud, do you? So creepy. How appropriate for the Halloween season. Chainsaw Man every week? Is Chainsaw Man something... Well, I kind of jumped to like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but is that something new? Because I know there's like Netflix shows and Amazon shows and all these different shows, but I don't really stay on top of them. So I don't know if it's like the classic that I'm thinking of. Well, hello there. Ah, yeah, and their hats spell oxymoron when you combine them. That's right.
Trickster, welcome to my velvet room.
What a happy face. Let me look this up. Chainsaw Man. See what this is on.
So you come too, inmate. The you in reality is currently fast asleep. You are only experiencing this as a dream.
You're in the presence of our master. Stand up straight.
Oh, it's an anime.
I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
I wasn't expecting that.
This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter.
I know I'm slightly distracted, but I've played this before, so it should be okay.
Remember it well. I summoned you to speak of important matters. It involves your life as well.
Oh, I have a question. Okay, let's see. Let me out of here. Let's act ridiculous. Oh, damn.
Still, this is a surprise.
I didn't realize I had that.
The state of this room.
An impoverished young man who makes a contract that fuses his body with that of a dog-like devil named Pochita, granting him the ability to transform parts of his body into chainsaws. Well, that is not what I was expecting, but that sounds hilarious. It joins the Public Safety Devil Hunters, a government agency focused on fighting against the devils wherever they become a threat to the world. I feel like I have to check that out at least once, because that sounds so insane. You know, it's completely ridiculous. I'm just so curious now. Go watch the first episode? What are you watching on, by the way? I meant to look that up as well, but I didn't. Let's see. You gotta be kidding me. Being dramatic in this one.
Worry not. There is a means to oppose such a fate. You must be rehabilitated toward freedom. That is your only means to avoid ruin. Do you have the resolve to challenge the distortion of the world?
Well, I'm listening with saying it's on Hulu. That's interesting. I'd like to avoid ruin when possible.
Allow me to observe the path of your rehabilitation. Pardon me for not introducing the others.
I'm not sure what Animex
To your
Play
right
is.
Caroline. To your left, Justine. They serve as wardens here.
Ha! Try and struggle as hard as you like. The duty of wardens is to protect inmates. We are also your collaborators.
Oh, Adam
That
X Play is a
is,
free
if you
site for
remain
streaming anime?
obedient.
I shall explain the
Interesting.
roles of these two at another occasion.
I'm not sure if it's legally streaming, but I'm not going to ask any questions.
The night is waning. It is
I don't care.
almost time. Take your time to slowly come to understand this place. We will surely meet again, eventually.
Hey, what's good, Danda?
Time's up.
Welcome to the stream.
Now
Thank you for
hurry
stopping
up and
by.
go back to sleep.
It's safe and has less ads. Oh, sounds fine then. I'll try. I also was looking up on Google and it said that it may have been on Hulu, so I'll have to check that out because I do have a Hulu subscription. I don't know if that was accurate or not. Sometimes I get false results.
The school you're attending is in the Aoyama district. It'll take a while to get there by train. The transfers are a real hassle too. I'll drive you there, but just for today. Let's go. Men aren't usually allowed in my passenger seat.
I forgot he was really, he had a weird hang-up about that. Thank you, Danda. I appreciate that. Thanks for the good luck.
Behave yourself, all right? Don't get me wrong. I don't care.
What are you up to today? How are things going with
Don't
you?
cause me any trouble.
You know what to say? It is interesting streaming at different times of the day. For me right now, it's about 1:16 in the morning.
You cause any problems. In my opinion, you're nothing but a liability.
So it's cool getting to see different people.
Circumstances to consider.
Though admittedly it is late for me now. I probably should be getting to sleep soon.
Those days are over.
But I wanted to
You
test
are
out
thrown
everything that I
from
have
our
today.
school. There will be no place for you to go. Keep that in mind. This is the teacher in charge of your class.
I'm Sadayo Kawakami. Here's your student ID.
Oh, okay.
Be sure to read the school rules. Any violations will send you straight to the guidance office.
Yeah, I'm very
And
lucky,
if
Vertigo.
by
I've had a
chance
lot
you
of cool
cause any
people
problems, I won't be able
over
to
the
protect you at all.
the years I've been streaming.
That is your promise, yes?
And what's cool is new
Principal
people
Bayakawa?
show up sometimes, and they've all been pretty cool too. And I appreciate you guys for being so cool.
But really though, why me? There should have been better candidates.
It was a sudden transfer.
Well, it's funny. I was
Class
busy
was the
earlier
only one
today,
that had an opening.
so
If you're done
I got the
explaining,
13700
get going. I got a store to get back to.
just like
Sakura-san,
a couple of
please
hours
keep a
ago.
close eye on him. Don't let him cause any trouble.
The Micro Center around here closed at
I'll be sure to
9
have a
o'clock, and I got there
serious
around
talk about the
8:30.
situation he's in.
And luckily,
Come
they
to
still
the
had some of the
faculty office when
13700s
you arrive
left.
at school tomorrow. I'll show you to your classroom.
Everyone's giving you the cold shoulder. That's what having a criminal record does to you. Turns out your past follows you wherever you go. By the way, if you get expelled now,
And then from
I
there,
won't
just quickly
hesitate
set
to
everything
kick you
up
out.
and
Got it?
got into playing some games. This came out at 12 o'clock my time, midnight. And I'm like, yeah, I might as well test this out. I played this game a little bit when it first came out. I want to try it again, especially now it's the enhanced royal version. We already saw a little bit of the new character in the intro of the game. I don't know when she'll actually come around in the course of the game itself, because the rest of the game takes place in flashback.
School never changes, huh?
Yeah, it's just like war never changes.
Come
You're
on,
playing Fallout.
We're going home.
What a troublesome situation.
Oh God, this guy.
I can't believe they pushed someone with
I remember
record
him.
on me. A male teacher would be better suited for this.
Why in the world was someone like that admitted here?
Thank you very much,
Who
Vertigo. I
knows?
appreciate that.
It was the principal's decision.
Thank you for your
I was
subscription.
told that it's for the school's
I'm glad you're enjoying your
reputation.
time here.
I would have thought that my volleyball team has contributed more than enough to cover that.
That's certainly true.
Be careful, okay? Then again, if anything were to happen, I'd kick out a student like that right away.
Sure you will.
I keep wishing that he'd just end up not coming to school. Still, that isn't something I should be saying.
And it is
as
funny,
a
I kind of
teacher.
forgot all about how Kawakami at
Well, I
first
should be
really
returning to practice.
doesn't trust you at all whatsoever.
Oh, right. The tournament's coming up, isn't it?
Having such high expectations placed on you by others is quite a problem in itself. We'll have to work hard to make up for the track team, too.
Yes, that's true. Why'd it have to be my class?
Now you bring that up, Donda, I really like Kamoshida's Palace. I think that was my favorite one from the game
Traffic's
itself.
Not moving at all. You're taking the train
It's funny
starting
because it's the
tomorrow.
first one, but it's so good. I like the
How was
atmosphere,
it?
that old
The
medieval
school,
castle.
I mean. Think you can manage?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Seems fun. Yeah. He's gonna yell at us for being too jovial.
Do you even understand
Exactly.
your situation? Still, you were expelled once already. To think you'd re-enroll at a different one. It's not like anyone will be sympathetic with you.
But that's something every good game
That's
they
what it
say
was
they
like
do
at
is they actually make the
People might
first
say
level
stuff about me
last.
in the future, too. What a
Because they want the
troublesome kid I've taken in.
the best level they make to be the first one you experience. That way you're introduced to everything at once. I think that's what they said they did on the original Doom. I'll wait until I hear a Whims of Fate on your stream. Oh, yeah, of course. I don't know if we're going to get to that today, though, because I will say, I probably will be ending this maybe somewhat soon. I do apologize if it's earlier in the day for you. I'm not sure exactly where you're located, but for me, it's kind of late in the morning. Or early in the morning. I always get confused after midnight exactly how to say that.
I was asked to do it, and I just happened to agree to it. I've already been paid for it too, after all.
And now, back to today's top stories. A subway train has derailed, severely affecting the timetable across all of...
Oh, another accident? So that's why it's so crowded. There's been a lot of those lately. In fact, there was a real sad one just last month. It happened before you came here. If I remember right, the girl that passed away was only 15. Her parents have got to be just...
All traffic around Shibuya Station is being redirected due to the accident, so drivers should expect jam-packed streets.
Oh, come on.
Traffic is never fun, no matter where you are. Oh, we're gonna see that right now. That's right. Wow, this is very loud for me. I don't know how it is for you guys. Have a good night, Vertigo. I understand that. I'm gonna go to sleep soon too. But again, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the subscription. It's much appreciated. And I hope I can do this again soon. So if you want to stop by, you're more than welcome.
That was direct footage from the accident. According to the police, the engineer's life was not in danger.
Well, you know, it's convenient. We're just talking about these mental breakdowns, and that happens same day we get here. I guess it's the day after, technically.
Police are still looking for a plausible motive.
It's less of an operating accident and more of a crime of the company and the government. Site inspectors
Oh God, this guy's head.
reported all this 6 months ago. The deterioration
I forgot
of
this
the tracks
egg-shaped
and
head.
the ATC. Seems a railway company
There's a lot of weird looking. I didn't even comment on the principal.
turned a blind eye to the truth.
I forgot about
No way they can hide.
Well, I think I was talking about something else at the time, but yeah, he looks like a
Now
weirdo
on to
too.
our main story. With this derailment accident, as well as other recent incidents of unknown motive, concern is spreading among the general public. Just what could be causing such a drastic change so suddenly in these people? SNN has
Everything's linked. That's what you're thinking, correct? Oh well. Are you free? You and I haven't gone for a drink in a while.
Thank you,
Oh,
sir,
that's awkward.
But I have another meeting to attend. I must be going.
I was ready to go for this meeting, and that's when this extremely fast train just came crashing in. Oh man, I thought I was gonna die.
A noisy subway platform filled with people was suddenly...
Did you ask for me? Is it a case?
I forget how early on you're introduced to some of these
I
characters.
want your opinion on something.
You really do meet all of them pretty much at once.
Your judgment is quite often correct, though. Can we discuss
Well, I
this
guess technically you're not meeting them
You
as in
are
your
making a
character, but
student work late after all.
Conveyor
you're
belt.
introduced to them through these cutscenes as a player.
Damn, to think there'd be that much traffic. What a waste of time. I wasn't able to open the cafe today.
Yeah, I think you mean Detective is sketchy.
Whatever.
Serious.
Just head upstairs. There's something I need to give to you.
Of course, I stole that name from everyone else who said that at the time anyway.
Talk about a gruesome accident. 80 people were involved. Here's the diary. Make sure you keep it up to date. You may be under probation, but there's no special limitations on what you do in particular. Besides following the law, that is.
Of
However,
course.
I'm obligated to
I'm sure I won't be doing anything to
which is why I'm having you
break or
record
skirt
your
around the
daily
law
activities.
in any way whatsoever.
Hey, what's up? I'm about to leave right now. Don't worry. I'll be there in no time. Uh-huh. I'll see you soon. Well, I'm off. I'll lock the place up. So do whatever you want for the rest of the night. Oh,
Yeah, I
but
forget.
don't mess
Sojiro
up
is
my
quite the ladies' man now,
If
isn't he?
something goes missing, I'll hand you right over to the cops. You got school tomorrow. You better head off to bed, all right?
Sure. I should do as I'm told for now. I like how even our character's acknowledging that he's probably not going to be good forever. Well, I'm not sure about exactly being bad or breaking the law, but we definitely kind of end up sticking our noses a bit where people don't appreciate it. Not that they're the greatest people, but they still aren't going to like what we do either way.